Good evening, race fans. Welcome into race 4 of 15 as the LSRL Xfinity Series presented by the Sweet Greek Grill rolls on into Kansas Speedway here tonight, the site of 125 laps of on-track action. As always, here with my co-commentator in the booth, Art. How we doing tonight?
I'm real excited. We've got the Xfinity car here at Kansas. We just saw Kansas put on one of the best, if not the best race of all time at Kansas Motor Speedway. It was the next gen, so it'll be a little different, but I'm hoping for a good race.
Yeah, but the Xfinity cars usually put on good racing anyway, so we should see a lot of close battles here this evening. Should be a good one. Race information is as follows: 2 laps of qualifying to set the field for the 125 lap main event. Stage break at lap 40. 70% fuel capacity will get these drivers anywhere from 33 to 38 laps on a tank of fuel. 5 total tire sets, 1 starter, 4 in the pits, 0 fast repairs, and 2 green-white checkers if needed here this evening at Kansas. For the Streets Closed Pizza Boy 125, sponsored by none other than Jonathan Mazzella. Very fitting. Very fitting. But let's go ahead and get into the on-track action as qualifying is underway.
Wish I thought about it ahead of time, because I would have gone and gotten a sound clip of him saying, "Streets closed, pizza boy."
And here is none other than Mr. Mozzarella himself. And we'll follow him on his out lap. And we'll go on board for his first lap. Let's show you a lap around Kansas Speedway. You know, at least in the trucks, it's pretty much wide open on the qualifying lap. The car, obviously a lot different. Here on his first lap, down the back straightaway, off into 3, drive it in deep, hope it sticks. Really back to the throttle, sunlight in your eyes, exiting turn number 3 into 4. Underneath the apron, legal in qualifying. His first lap good enough for a 30.58. See him here pretty much on the second lap. Went to the bottom, hope it sticks early on the throttle, keep it out of the wall. Coming at a 2. Corey Levin's the man to beat. Now it's Dustin Montgomery, 30.47, the time to beat. Mazzella is improving through the first half of this lap. He's going to blast to the line. The second lap, 30.58 to a 30.55. Currently sits P4. Kyle Ritchie goes to the top of the board, 30.46 over Dustin Montgomery, 4 1/1000ths of a second. And we would be terrible at our job if we didn't show you the Kansas car. While we're racing at Kansas, here's Quisenberry. His first lap good enough for P6.
Isn't it already a consensus that we're kind of terrible at our job?
No, we're all right. We are okay at our jobs. Decidedly average. But he's going to work up to this high side on his second lap, so a couple different approaches. Kyle Ritchie still the man to beat. Quisenberry, 30.59 on his first lap, 30.71, no improvement. Schwartz jumps up into P6.
I say I wouldn't rather be, average over bad, so.
Payson Lindsay goes 11th. Currently, 21 drivers have set a timed lap. It'll be 22 once James Goodwin comes across through 3 and 4. Goodwin, his first lap good enough for 14th quickest. Goes up to the high side through 1 and 2. Josh Mueller kind of right in the middle through 3 and 4. Here's first timed lap. Crosses the line. Good enough for P21. into the fence on his second lap. Lap time invalidated. Here's Jared Lindsay. Not going to have enough time to get a lap in, I don't think. And he'll just miss out, but 23 drivers have set a timed lap. They'll just miss out, unfortunately, have to start at the rear of this field. In the 24th position, Tyler Justice also not setting a lap time. And that means it's Kyle Ritchie on pole by 4 1/1000ths of a second. Is he going to come up just about 7 seconds too short? And that is qualifying.
Yeah, really shocked by, Justice not able to get a lap in. I saw him trying. Definitely, didn't look good, so.
Potentially could have scraped the wall there. We don't know, but lap time not registered.
You struggling?
What do you mean am I struggling?
I don't know. Sounds like you're dealing with technical issues.
Just trying to fix something at the last possible second, but nevertheless, we should be all right. And let's go ahead and get the ticker up. Yeah, everything's perfectly fine.
See, we're the best.
Is that so? No, there they are. I'm about to say the numbers. There we go. Had me stressing for a second, but none of the custom numbers had loaded in. But
we've got a request. We should actually, that would be a good thing, add the onboard camera for, lap.
Yeah, we could do that. That's something I've been meaning to get around to. Like, here, we'll focus on your driver, specifically camera shot and guaranteed airtime, so on and so forth.
We never had time to. We don't have time to brainstorm. You and being a responsible adult.
I hate it. But it looks like we'll have a 28-car grid, and they are all, in fact, gridded up.
So, yeah, they would like us to, go with Payson Lindsay for lap 2.
We can, in fact, do that. We have the capabilities to do so. But it's Kyle Ritchie on pole. Dustin Montgomery, who is outside, 4 1/1000ths of a second away from pole. Good qualifier, Dustin Montgomery. No top 10s, though, yet to follow it up.
Do you have any idea who might win this race?
Go ahead and give me Matthew Heel in the 53.
Matthew Heel.
That's correct.
I'm going to go 3 times in a row. Give me Tyler Justice.
All right, fair enough. He starts 24th here tonight, 25th. Have a tall order at hand here tonight. But if anyone could do it, it would be him. He's shown great speed this season so far. Also at the back, Jared Lindsay, Demien. Be sure to monitor their progress within the field here. 925 laps, stage breaking at 40. Pace car is off. Kyle Ritchie, your pole sitter, leads us through the Geico restart zone, and the streets closed. Pizza Boy 125 is underway.
We're already 3 wide here.
This Randy is having to drop to the back due to what can be said as a decidedly poor connection. So he'll try and get that rectified and rejoin the field a little bit later. Side by side for the race lead. Montgomery with a great run off of turn 2, 2 by 2. There is Blevins and Davis in that second row.
Remember, we're going to go on board Pace and Lindsay for lap 2.
Pace and Lindsay, the leader, start lap 2. That means we're heading to Pace and Lindsay. He's right in his 10th position. Already up 2 spots. Looking for his first top 10 of the season. And very aggressive behind the 54 of Andrew Tennell here. Looking high, then back to the low side. Got Kate Ferguson behind him, pressuring him. And it's a Hornet's nest.
Wide.
Into turn number 3.
Lindsay. Tennell with a power move middle 3 wide.
Gassed it up. Pace and Lindsay started this lap in the 10th spot. He'll cross the line in 12th. Trying to go through the middle here. 3 wide through 2. Quickest man on the racetrack that last lap was Samuel Demien. 30.74. How about Jonathan Dolly shooting the middle? A little bit of contact there between the 58 and the 21. Beautiful paint scheme on that. It's only one machine, it must be said. And out front, Michael Davis has pulled away from Corey Blevins. Half car lengths, and then look at all this mess just a little bit further back. Take your pick on what battle to follow. Let's take a look at McElroy here. Thought he was going to have a peak 3 wide. He'll tuck in behind the 42 of Kyler Friesch. McElroy already up 11 positions since the start of this race. Tyler Justice +8, Demien +6. Wade Ferguson +6, Landon Quisenberry +7. Kansas car racing well in Kansas. Who would have thought?
A little more motivation there.
I mean, you're representing your
right by your
state.
state.
Yeah, absolutely. Right
Something
now,
I'd never be able to do.
doing a fine job at the moment. Demien picks up another spot. Michael McElroy picked up another spot as well. He's +12 in the opening couple of laps, making his debut this season. He's not a first-timer to the LSRL by any means. Jonathan Dolly, a lot of damage to the back of that 74. No rear bumper whatsoever. A little bit more contact there for the 74 Dolly. It's going to allow Demien to pick up a spot. Here comes Kate Ferguson to the inside. 74 going to be kind of crawling to that stage break. Hope to get some damage repaired. But it is that 57 of Michael Davis out in front. He's also making his season debut. Yellow is out.
Caution.
Randy and Joseph Murata around on the front stretch. Let's take a look. Murata into the wall, comes off of it, and that was either the biggest overcorrection I've ever seen, or just because of Randy's poor connection, some of the worst net code I've ever seen. What in the world was this? So that actually wasn't Murata's losing it. He had some help. Let's go on board here with Randy. I don't know what this is.
That definitely feels like, net code.
I think it looks like he loses it, though, just trying to avoid it almost. Doesn't look like there's no, like...
I mean, it looks like the car shoots left before his steering wheel does, though.
But, like, you could tell he's trying to save it. Like, there's a big overcorrect back to the right, so I'm not sure if he...
Look, he's going straight, a little bit of left, a little bit of trying to go to the left, and then all of a sudden...
Let's take a look at the rear chase. I don't see any damage there, like, to the right front that would have indicated he got, like, neck coated down. I think it's just a really odd angle. Nevertheless, let's take a look at what happened to Murata in the 5 machine. Big stack up behind Jonathan Schwartz. That's 5 cars. Wyatt later not able to check up in time. Gets Murata all bent out of shape, but that was because Jonathan Schwartz was saving fuel in an attempt to make it to the end of this first stage. Zach Scare got a piece of it too. Ryan Tiller, Murata, Mike Blair eventually finishes him off. Got some strategy. though, in the early goings. The top 6 have stayed out on the racetrack.
There's definitely some irritation. Michael Davis seemed a little upset about, wrecking in the back of the pack.
You're out leading the race. You want it to go green, that's for sure. Not bunching up the field right behind you on the restart. How about this? Josh Bueller, plus 15. McElroy, 14 spots gained. Tyler Justice, 11. Demian, 7. Mason Lindsay, plus 7. So a lot of big movers here in the early going. Wayne Ruprecht, plus 9.
Payson Lindsay in chat, less than or more than 5 yellows. I was trying to do the over-under. I'll go under.
I'll go under. I'm not including the stage caution. So discount. It's hard to believe Michael Davis hasn't been here yet this season, but this is his season debut. A regular member of the LSRL Xfinity Series, but finally joining us on track. Better late than never. Coming out the gates strong. Zone Esports driver. Victor Wynn sitting in third, and it looks like pretty much everyone that came in, maybe with the exception of James Goodwin, Freese, McGill, Blair, and the guys with damage, it looks like mostly everybody was just fuel only to get to the end of the stage, but I also think with this caution, the top 8 should be able to make it on fuel as well. Pace cars off. Michael Davis to the Geico restart zone. Back underway. Pace and Lindsay did not get going. That's going to cause an accordion effect all the way back to the top 20. 3 wide through 1. Jared Lindsay trying to find a hole.
Tyler Justice going straight through the middle.
Not quite 5 wide we had the other night, but we'll see plenty of 3 wide here tonight. McElroy trying to find a way through. Bottled up on that restart just a tad bit. Fan out, top to bottom. On the front stretch, good one on fresh tires. Only, 6 laps, but it is 6 laps fresher, so you take what you can get. Stage points is in 17th. Doesn't have far to go. And we're wrecking down the back straightaway.
It's Payson Lindsay on the inside.
It's several drivers.
No caution. 10 olds down there.
10 old, but they spun off the racetrack. Let's take a look at what
they were 3 wide.
The heck just happened.
Payson Lindsay, a little ping pong action between 2 cars, and all 3 went around.
Better angle at this. Real quick, I know we're still under green, but 99 back and forth collects the 41 into the 54. 41 does a great job of keeping it out of the way. Schwartz evasive maneuvers, 10 old. And we'll take another look at this. So it actually is 10 old that's coming off the bottom that gets that 99 up into him. So that's actually going to be on 10 old there a tad bit. Big damage for the 99 and the 54. Zella scorched his tires up, and he'll be able to continue. There is a stage caution at lap 40, so not all is lost.
Ooh, Michael Davis in the outside wall. That's going to let Corey Blevins have the lead.
Blevins forced a mistake with the pressure on. He's got the race lead. He'll get his first lap tonight. And how about Tyler Justice? In 15 laps, has gone from 25th to 2nd. That is spooky.
There might be a reason that I picked that man.
It is freakishly impressive. And here comes James Goodwin. Those 4 tires continuing to do numbers for him. And Kyler Freesh as well. It's very well paying off for these guys. Goodwin already up into the stage points. Got 1 singular point to his name and looking for more. is able to continue after big damage. Andrew Tenold still on pit road. Mazzella, half a lap behind, still on the lead lap. We'll do with Ryan Tiller. Trying to hunt down Tony Scarbo. Good one. Going to move to the inside of Michael McElroy here. This is for 9th. Trying to put those 4 fresh Goodyear tires to use. Tyler Freese coming right behind him. So even a 6-lap difference in tires. Big advantage for this 11 and this 42. Around halfway through the first stage here. So he's got plenty of more time. So if he could somehow take care of his stuff by the end of the stage, the guys ahead of him kind of fall off the cliff. Just that little bit extra in the tank.
I want to say that I just had to do some Googling. Thanks to Tony Scarbo, I've now realized that Garmin is actually a very massive technology company. I know about their GPSs. I just figured, with smartphones becoming as prevalent as they have, that,
Garmin down the front stretch here. Michael Davis and Samuel Demien.
And they're 3 wide with Tony Scarbo, Schwartz, 28 machine, Cade Ferguson. Tony Scarbo, that Garmin machine at the back out of it.
Ooh, a little bit of contact between 28 to 58. There's Lindsay with a run on the high side, gets by that 59. James Goodwin, he's still trucking all the way up to 7th. Kyler Freesh now 11th. Around the outside of McElroy, he's also going to crack the top 10 and get a stage point if it were to hold. James Goodwin up to 6th. So why not be a little aggressive? Get 10 extra points and you have something to fall back on if the rest of the race doesn't work out in your favor. Slide job on the 53. Kyler Freesh up to 9th. They are trucking along as Tyler Justice and all of that takes the lead of the race, and he is setting sail at the front. A very impressive drive. 24 spots gained in 21 laps.
Cade Ferguson in the outside wall. He's fighting a loose car back there.
James Goodwin to the inside of Quisenberry. This is for 5th. I wonder, can he go all the way? Can he get up to the race lead? Or he should win himself a stage.
With a fall off, it's going to be pretty hard.
He is 2.7 seconds behind your race leader. He's got 2 guys battling just up ahead of him, so that'll help the cause a little bit as they wear their stuff out in battle. He's up to 8th. He's continuing his charge, so that shows you just the difference that 6 laps can make. I know we keep saying it, but we're starting near the tail end of this field, all the way at the business end of it now, and continuing. Has not dropped off yet.
I also want to talk about the $17,000 chart plotter from Garmin.
The what?
It's a chart plotter for boats, like navigating waters.
Quisenberry got into the wall there at 2, lost a lot of momentum. 3 wide on the front stretch nearly. Jared Lindsay making a lot of progress as well. The back of James Goodwin's car says brilliant. Currently, that strategy call from him is in fact brilliant. He's even gaining on Kyle Ritchie, maintaining with the race leader for now. I think he'll get all the way to the top, but I don't think he'll argue with potentially a 4th place. Oh, trouble for Demien on the front stretch.
And yellow is out. What happens here?
Right front damage to that 21, and that puts a damper on the strategy.
Ooh. He gets himself up in the outside wall, and that's just overcorrecting it.
Very easy to do here off of 4. And yeah, Somebody else hits him. It's a single car incident. Very spooky on the front stretch for sure. But, yeah, so that actually kind of kills the strategy for Goodwin and Priest because it gives these other guys an opportunity to come in the pit. And if you're those two, you really can't afford to take 2 of your 4 sets in before the first stage. So you're kind of locked into it right now. And that's just how the pendulum swings sometimes. But we'll see if everyone else is content to just let this ride at least to lap 40. They know they have a guaranteed caution in 14 laps. So we'll see if everyone's like just kind of content with what they got or if somebody needs a little bit more.
Ooh, in comes Blevins.
And Schwartz and Heel, Tiller, McElroy, Scarbo. So another mixed bag. Mueller, Eric Shields, Randy Arms, Demien, obviously going to fix his damage to everyone at the back. Payson Lindsay will be your lucky dog. He's got a lot of damage. We know he's got speed, so get another caution here at lap 40 to fix a bunch of this damage. And the caution at lap 40 will also get him another lap back. He's not quite out of this thing just yet. Just under 100 laps to go. He's only 1 lap down now. And another mixed bag. Everybody that pitted on lap 26, except for Randy Arms, took 4 tires. So we have a really mixed bag of strategy. And we're going to be looking at Matthew Heel to lead the charge. And real quick, right before we get back to green, we'll reset the running order. And a couple of quick words from the incredible sponsors of the LSRL Xfinity Series. Thank you to the incredible partners of the LSRL Xfinity Series presented by the Sweet Greek Grill, Graphics, Butt Kicker, Sim Racer Hub, the Cleaning Authority, for all their incredible work they do behind the scenes.
It might take some to put on a league of this quality. It's not looked like it these past 2 weeks, but there's been some top-notch stuff from LSRL as long as we've been here.
Absolutely. They're just trying to add an element of strategy. Just trying to spice things up with the strategy. Matthew Heel was 14th. So if you remember correctly, James Goodwin, Kyler Friesch, they pitted on lap 8 for tires. They were flying up through this field with a 8-lap advantage. The guys that just pitted on lap 26 going to be shot out of a cannon on this restart. Could potentially get a little nervy for some of these guys.
They're going to have a way to go. They'll also have
10 laps to make it around, so it's not a... I mean, it is a sprint, but at the same time, plenty of time for those guys on tires to get back up here. And let's just go to Matthew Heel. He's actually puddled up in traffic immediately. So Wyatt Blair would be the man to lead the charge. And here comes Jonathan Schwartz through the middle. Never mind. Jonathan Schwartz says, all right, you guys figure it out. I'm going to take the points.
He's still stuck back there behind him.
Matthew Hill not able to be the first man out of this pack. And instead, it's Jonathan Schwartz. He passed about 8 cars in this lap alone. Matthew Hill trying to do the same thing. And it's an absolute madhouse. And Schwartz is looking, you can already call it, on track to win the stage. Trying not to run over everybody.
James Goodwin up there fighting, his car. Just trying to keep it going straight.
Yeah, and Goodwin's got 8 lap fresher tires and the 3 guys ahead of him, so he's still trying to move forward. We got a lot coming out behind the rear windshield as well you got to look out for. And Schwartz is just absolutely flying. Already to 5th. And just look how much speed he's able to get. He's able to throttle up so much quicker than anyone else around him. 4 wide casually here in the back. Rick Shields on fresh tires. Scarecrow, they're all trying to fight the way out of this pack. Schwartz up to second easily. Half a second behind your race leader. He'll be there probably by the end. Nope, just the strategy didn't work out. But he will have an extra set of tires at the end of this race, so it could swing back in his favor towards the end of this thing. Matthew Hill down in 7th, but Schwartz gained, I don't know, he was 6.5 tenths behind at the start of the lap. He passes them and pulls a car length ahead before they even get back to the line, so casual 8 tenths of a second there. Jonathan Schwartz, 7 laps away from another stage win in vintage fashion by taking some tires when everyone else around him didn't.
See if Blevins might actually be able to put up a challenger.
Matthew Heel, another one of these guys on fresh tires. He'll look to get 3rd here.
And he's still struggling. He's 3 wide. He's got Ryan Tiller going around him.
Never mind, Ryan Tiller blows by everybody while they're stuck racing each other. So Tiller, the next man out from that scrap. He's got 8 tenths of a second to Tyler Justice. Massive tire advantage. We saw that Schwartz gained 8 tenths of a second in 1 lap. So Tiller and company will be there probably by the end of this lap or maybe the beginning of the next one. Dustin Montgomery trying to rim ride, hang on to what he's consolidated. Kyle Ritchie, James Goodwin. Still trying to move forward. Goodwin has a little bit fresher tires than Ritchie, but here comes another one of those guys that pitted on lap 26. It's Tony Scarbo. Trying to get some good stage points, but where do you go? 3 wide right in front of you. Still 3 wide right in front of you. You go with the man that's maybe the furthest along ahead. It's Goodwin, but doesn't carry the momentum on exit. Now Ritchie gets around them all.
Tiller's made his way up to 3rd. Matthew Hill's come along.
Yeah, Matthew Hill. Here comes Scarbo. Just able to gas it up on that high side with the fresh tire. Trying not to get squeezed into the wall. But he is now clear and has a free shot. It's Kyle Ritchie. Battle for the last spot. Shields holding on to 10th right now. Josh Mueller trying to charge here late to get something. Couple cars still in top 10 on old tires, so take what you can get. Coming to 3 wide here off of 4. Absolute madhouse for the final couple of spots in the top 10.
Draw James Goodwin all the way back to, he's now in that 10th spot. He's about to get overtaken.
By Mueller on fresh tires. Jared Lindsay on equal tires with the 11. Back at the front, though, it's short, 7/10 of a second clear, so we're going to stick with our battle for 10th. And right now, give it to Dustin Montgomery. Josh Mueller making some big progress, as is Eric Shields. Kyle Ritchie just trying to hang on for a lap and 3/4 here, lap and a half. Trying to get what he can out of it, just a little bit up the road. Tyler Justice under pressure from Scarbo. Again, 20-lap difference in tires. Scarbo points it to the bottom. We'll be side by side as we start the final lap of this stage.
Oh, we've got 3 wide for 10th. I think this might go to
McElroy! And McElroy, flying from nowhere, is in contention to take that last point. Scarbo was able to clear Justice. Kyle Ritchie into the wall. That allows Shields to get by. Mueller's going to have to do a big send in the final corner. And there he goes. Got the fresh tires to back it up. But it is Schwartz from Blevins, 3/10 of a second. We'll go back to 10th immediately. And it is comfortably in the hands of Michael McElroy. And the yellow is out.
Yeah, I was watching that battle, and all of a sudden I see McElroy sending bottom. He's on the apron, sending it 3 wide.
That is an insane end to our one and only stage here tonight. Shorts, 3 top 5s this season. No wins. 3 top 5s in 3 races, so incredibly consistent. Looking for that just a little bit extra to get to victory lane. First 2 races of the season won by Randy Arms, and then Tyler Justice finally broke through last week for his first career LSRL win. We'll see what strategy we have on this pit stop. Heartbreak for Payson Lindsay as Samuel Demien actually got lapped right at the line, essentially. So Demien back on the lead lap. Payson Lindsay will have to take a wave around if he wants back on the lead lap. All cars still running. Andrew Tennell multiple laps down, but still on track in case something happens, trying to pick up a couple of points here or there. And I expect most everybody to come in now.
McElroy staying out.
Well, how about that?
I think he wants a lap left.
He'll get that bonus point right there, so. And then obviously Demien getting the lucky dog. Andrew Tennell was already on pit road. Payson Lindsay came in with the lead lap cars, so I think he'll get a penalty for that. It should be 4 fresh tires and full of Sunoco Racing fuel for everybody. I expect McElroy to come in this time. While we wait on that, let's go ahead and see if we can let's move Jonathan Schwartz to the broadcast booth for a stage winner interview. Here was your stage winner, Jonathan Schwartz, and that was vintage Jonathan Schwartz. Nice little strategy call there. Took tires when everyone else around you did. And you fly by on the last 10 laps, pick up yet another stage win.
Hey, that's what you need to do. You got to get those points. So, tough nights for other guys. Those points help, so you got to get them when you can.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think you got in the second half of this race as we look towards potentially some long green flag runs? Think you got some race winning speed in that 58 machine?
Maybe. I think it's more of a top 3, top 5 type of night, though. We got track position right now, which will help, so we'll see if we can keep it up there.
Absolutely. We got the 10 stage points to go with it, so all in all, shaping up to be a good night for this 58 team. And good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks.
Think I put him back in the right one?
Just put him in. We'll put him in Atomic Motorsports. Be like, hey guys, how's it going? McElroy did not come in during that, so he's gonna try and lead this race with 16 lap order tires. Good luck, sir. You're going right to the back, bud. Actually, let's go talk to him. Michael McElroy, you're on old tires. What's the strategy here for this restart?
So I took tires on the lap 25 caution. So yeah, I really don't have a strategy. I'm just kind of winging it.
Well, you looked good in those last couple laps. Ended up getting 10th. Got yourself stage points, so worked out for you there. We'll see how it works out for you the rest of the way.
Yeah, we'll find out real quick if this was a mistake or not.
Well, even if it is a mistake short term, you do have a set of tires in your back pocket for late, so maybe it could end up coming back to you. So.
Yeah, I plan on saving it till probably sometime after 50. I might do a short pit.
We'll see how it works out for you. Get the lead of this race, and good luck the rest of the way, sir.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
He ain't got no strategy, but it's just 5 at the front.
No strategy.
We'll see if he has we'll see if his old tires, if he spins them on the restart and takes out TTSL, as we know what he did try to do last Monday. Tried to go for the 3-1, but I
don't think I've ever entered a race with a strategy in my life.
That's a good point. But we'll see how it works out here for him. And pace car is off. And McElroy early jump, probably the best thing for him.
Tyler Justice all over the back of Ryan Tiller. He wants to get him moving forward.
Already 3 wide for the race lead. 11's on the bottom. Schwartz trying to take advantage through the middle. McElroy actually lasted a little bit longer than I thought he would, but it gives us a nice shot. Into turn number 3. New tires versus old tires. Blevins and Schwartz prevail. Be a dead heat at the line. Schwartz with a slight advantage. Look at this mess further back, just inside and outside of the top 10. Kansas just putting on another clinic. Kansas, the championship race. Got Ryan Tiller up to 3rd.
Pretty sure that's where he finished on the stage.
I know, it's just impressive that he's got the staying power. Tyler Justice just now clearing McElroy, so McElroy not dropping back as much as I thought he would. Holding tough. Corey Blevins was the quickest man on the racetrack last lap. We know he had good speed at the start of this race. Anytime, Dylan. You're welcome for the PTSD. And he's kind of just right in the tire tracks at 58, trying to turn it down the lane to the bottom. Tyler Justice 1.5 seconds back from that battle and leading just a whole host of others. Just take a look at just all of that mess. Oh, they're all nice and grouped up. Let's crank it up for the first time here tonight. 5 on YJB. They made it up through the. They made it out of the crank it up stage. Not much change at the front. It's just Blevins all over the back bumper of the 58 now, pulling down to the inside. Probably gonna dive it off into turn number 1 here. Try the slide job on that 58. Don't think he'll be able to do it this time, by.
And that 58's just so strong around the outside.
Interestingly enough, these boys are flying away from everybody else, but that's because Tyler Justice is saving fuel. Kind of holding up everyone behind him just a tad bit. That's obviously
Tiller's right there.
It's a 3-car show right now, but how much are these guys in the pack saving fuel and tires wise? Will they come back towards the end of this run? We've seen it time and time before. Guys get out to a big lead and they're set up just a tad bit too early. Falling back. Let's just go on board here with Tyler Justice. Just watch the fuel saving he's doing.
He almost had some 3 wide right behind him.
Shutting the car off. Trying to save fuel. Saving the tires as well. Just 8 cars, 2x2, essentially, off of turn number 2. My, oh my. And you are correct, Tiller's not too far behind. 1 second behind this 2-way battle for the lead. And I wonder if in their mind, take a look out the, your chase, you're just like, I wonder if I'm pushing a little bit too hard. Where's everybody else?
Or does that fuel it because you're like,
you know what? I'm already out here. I just gotta keep going.
Like, I'm already trucking. I'm already ahead. I'm just that much faster. It's that fuel and ego, not necessarily scare you and be like, wait a minute, I might be doing something wrong.
How about
I'm doing
Jonathan
something
Dolly,
right.
though? This man was missing a whole rear clip. About 10 laps into the race. Crew got it put back on. He's up inside the top 10. Yeah, I honestly would have kind of rather figure it out now. Be like, short-term consequences. Or long-term consequences, actually. But it gets you out of this mess temporarily. And if and when they end up running you back down, you hope that it's settled out. You don't have to find yourself stuck in this mess. Because these guys are racing pretty hard anyway. Just 3 wide, burning their stuff up, so maybe they won't even catch you to begin with. Maybe it's just, hey, I ran so hard the opening 5 to 10 laps, I got clean air, and then I could kind of just do my own thing while you guys are squabbling over every inch of this racetrack. It's very entertaining, though, I'll give it that. And even all the way back, we got battles all over the place.
Almost 3 wide action there. Nick Elroy's still getting busy with it back here.
This battle South 20. All the way back, we got Demien and Belair. Kind of surprised at Demien's pace. I know he's got some damage, but I thought he'd be a little bit quicker. But I guess it is, that right here. Aerodynamically challenging this race car, but even battles 25th and 26th. Pacing Lindsay is just hoping for one more caution to get him back on the lead lap, but plenty of damage still to fix, so he needs caution for a variety of reasons.
Corey Blevins says he's pitting in.
Really? Lap 42 to 61.
He's checking up. He's coming in.
That's an interesting one. I hope there's not some sort of issue that's causing him to have to pull off the racetrack, but we'll stay with this.
He entered it normally.
Yeah, they didn't just pull off the racetrack. We'll stay with them.
Wait, where's he from? Indiana. Oh, there are some bad storms coming through.
He is currently coasting to pit road. Is he out of fuel?
No, he's got a tornado warning.
Oh my goodness. Well, our thoughts go out to Corey Blevins. I hope him and his family are okay. As he's pulling off, obviously self-preservation there, but I do hope him and his family and his town are okay.
Yeah, there have been some, like, this
Wicked-
tornado season has been, like,
wicked,
the worst
wicked
recent.
storms through the Midwest. So, our thoughts go out to everyone affected by the path of these storms, and hope they'll be okay. Man, that's crazy.
We had 2 today, Portage, Michigan, and I believe it's Barnstall, Oklahoma. They are
Michigan
insane.
has tornadoes? And I say that like kind of a place of not knowing. I thought that
Like,
was,
genuinely, yes, they do.
that's kinda crazy.
And it destroyed a FedEx.
Man, that sucks. Okay. I'll be honest though. So obviously he was driving it to his box, so it wasn't like the tornadoes in his backyard kind of thing. But he was just kind of like, all right, I'll park it in my box. I'm gonna park it in my stall. You know, just kind of like, hey, this is me.
I mean, to be fair, he's a Midwestern guy from Indiana. I've done this same thing where it's like, I'm gonna just wait. All right, I hear the tornado sirens.
All right.
I'm gonna wait.
Right.
Because, like, the second those go off, I'm ready to drive again.
Right. So he's in his box, just out of harm's way, and maybe he'll just fire it up when hopefully he gets the all clear.
I mean, yeah, they are heavy. They came through directly over my area. Wasn't terrible, but they were saying, like, the stuff heading towards, like, Indiana through Indianapolis was going to be real bad. So, you know, told my friends, be careful.
Yeah. Look at this side-by-side battle. Jonathan Dolly, James Goodwin. Side-by-side for a whole lap there before Goodwin inches ahead into 10th. Just up ahead, though. So I'm very curious, because Tyler Justice is down to 8. He is 6.2 seconds off the lead. That's not something where you're like, oh, I'm just going to run all this back down. I mean, there's not 6 seconds of fall off. I don't care how hard you're pushing.
Well, I ain't Garrett. I ain't scared of no tornado, but spiders are scary as hell.
I would choose the... I don't care about spiders. I do definitely care about tornado.
Even a brown recluse is affected by a shoe, right?
Right.
If I throw a shoe at a tornado,
It's just gonna take the shoe. Like, spider not taking the shoe.
wolf spider might, but luckily we're not Australian.
I ain't gonna do it.
But I do have to say, as someone who lived in the South, didn't experience much of tornadoes, when I moved to the Midwest, my first tornado, like, them sirens going off, they was scary.
Yeah.
But now that I've been here for 10 years, it's like, all right,
Well,
whatever.
we get hurricanes usually, not tornadoes. So the first time I heard a tornado siren go off, I'm like, well, this is it. Like, this is definitely something we don't experience. So, like, this gotta be it. It's over. Of course, nothing ended up happening, thank goodness. But I get to call some good racing years down the line. So yeah, but spiders, I mean, as long as, like, I see it and it's not like kind of like, hey, it crawls on you while you sleep and it's game over. But, like, if I just see the spider, I'm gonna hit the spider.
We have hurricane.
Yeah.
That's just gathering people in the area, make sure you're safe, right?
My dad goes outside and looks at it when it happens. He's like, yep, that's a hurricane.
That should hurt.
He's like, that's wild.
Blitzer.
That's a hurricane outside, yeah. It's interesting because everyone, you know, kind of pokes fun at meteorologists. We have some other time on this podcast. Oh, you get to be wrong half the time, and that's, you know, you're good at your job or whatever. But in times like this, it's like, hey, there's a tornado on the ground headed towards your area. Some of the most important people during that time frame, given the crucial information. It's just interesting. And then, you know, they still get like, oh, you told me it was going to rain today. It's like, that's not up to me, really. If Waffle House is still open, it's not an emergency. The Waffle House Index is a real thing. If your local Waffle House is open, then it's not really that big a deal.
I don't have a
Oh, boy! Looks like Dolly bounced off the 28 at Kate Ferguson. They're up into the wall, loses 4 spots.
Come on, Dolly.
Let's see what happened there. That's Josh Mueller, but...
Tenold in chat. The 54 is quick, just a bad deal all around. Go get it, Dolly.
Well,
Went and got the wall.
Yeah, that was really... Kate Ferguson showing some displeasure there. So I imagine if he gets back to him, that he won't be the happiest person in the world. And Jonathan Schwartz is gone, by the way. And also, here comes Jared Lindsay in. And
I mean,
yeah,
Dolly's
this
coming
is
in.
right. Yeah, this is right at the start of, I guess, we're about 30 laps. So yeah, this is fine. It'll be a lap too early, but here we go. A host of cars coming in here. Lap 73. They cannot make it to the end. Nobody can. Because I'll be pitting here in the next 5 laps or so. So one more pit stop required after this one. Schwartz instant response on the next lap. So that's it. That's beautiful for Schwartz because he just locks in that advantage. I mean, that is huge. Schwartz is just in another planet right now. I don't know what he discovered, but... Especially since Tiller, Justice, Richie Davis, they're all still going, so Schwartz can have the advantage of fresh tires when he comes back out, and he already had a 4-second lead. So how much more do you want to give him? I am just curious with Tyler Justice. Let's see something here. As Tiller gives up the lead, Justice will lead for the first time tonight, surprisingly. But you know he led early in the first stage before all those cautions. So let's see here. He's still saving fuel. Yes, he is. So... he's trying to get to... I don't... if he's going 42 to... I don't know if he can make it. Maybe 80-something? Trying to go 40 and 40, maybe? That's asking a lot, but we'll see. Schwartz down and away. Ferguson in, Tiller, Davis... leaving pit road for Levinston Park there. Kate Ferguson, a little bit long of a stop, 17.2 seconds. The top 12 have yet to pit. Schwartz going to unlap himself the hard way. Be careful navigating through traffic. Going to get held up a little bit. Tyler Justice easily puts him back on the lead lap. That's the funny thing, Tenold. We have no idea what to do with him either. So rack your brain, tell your friends, and send in some suggestions that we can offer more quality channel point redemptions.
We regularly are asking, hey, what would y'all like?
What do y'all need?
And
what do y'all need
we
from
had,
us?
We had one good idea today, and it's because Pace and Lindsay had a fan in chat that's like, hey,
all right, I have
let me go on board through a
So now we've been talking about, you know, we've got the driver cams, the broadcaster cams. We'll put one on there for like a lot of points.
And it would be you, right? No.
Why me?
I don't want to do it.
I gotta do it, you gotta do it.
I have to buy a camera.
We do have a race for the lead here. Scareboat. This is the race for second, my apologies. The drivers that wreck out and give us a worthwhile interview. Practice in. Will they just be mad and then I gotta, you know, worry about TOS?
See, that's a problem, is it's like, we would like to, but no. Don't get mad and want to be just angry.
No angry. You can be frustrated, not angry. Don't be upset. It's okay. So it looks like Schwartz, you know, the new net second place will be Jared Lindsay, about 2.5 seconds behind Schwartz.
Did we just find out bad news in real time?
What are you talking about?
There's tornado watch for my area until 2 a.m.
Oh, brother. Well,
'Cause I'm looking at the they have the National Weather Service Tornado Twitter, which is very good for giving updates.
right.
And I just see my county and my surrounding counties all covered in yellow, and I'm like, wait a minute. And then it's in Spanish, so I have to find out in real time.
So, this is a very interesting situation we have on our hands because Tyler Justice is trying to make this a one-stop. If he's going 42 to 82, he's at 40 laps right now once he completes this lap. And that he'll put him just shy of making it to the end because we're almost at 40 to go. And it's going to 3 laps. And that's what everybody else in the top 8 is trying to do. So this is a very interesting race we have on our hands. Schwartz is going to have to pit again. But he doesn't have to save fuel. He can just go as fast as he possibly wants the rest of this race. And the 6th will have to save every lap of the next run as well.
I have faith in the 6.
So it's not a matter of, oh, they were saving tires trying to catch up later. They had no intention of trying to keep up with the leaders. Mueller's coming in, but can Justice, Ritchie, Montgomery, Arms, and Shields, can they stretch it? Here's the thing, John Schwartz is closing in every lap. He's 23 seconds behind. Pit stop, pit lane for 44 seconds. So, I mean, it's going to be the math of only not having to pit again. Schwartz will lose time on his last stop, but then a lot of pressure tires. Arms is in. They have made it to 40 to go, so they will be able to make it to the end. Assuming they get similar fuel mileage on the last stint as to this one. Especially your top 3 here, they're going around again. Coming to 86, so they don't have to save even as much. They'll save a little bit less. Around again. Kyle Ritchie is in. Montgomery goes around again, so they will not have to save as much fuel. So this has all of a sudden turned into a big old strategy race. Do you want fuel, or are you trying to save time on pit road, or it's completely flipped here? Kyle Ritchie just now making it to his box, but here's the problem. He just gets to his box, and Schwartz is already up the road. Tyler Justice is finally in. Dustin Montgomery going to follow right in. Get off the seam! Oh, he's going to miss it. And it looks like he sped, so all that hard work for nothing for Dustin Montgomery. Tyler Justice. That's the problem he's going to have, though. 4-tire stop. Schwartz a ways up the road. By the time he comes all the way out. Dustin Montgomery finally makes it in left sides, but he'll drop the jack. Penalty. Heartbreak for Dustin Montgomery, and he's going to call it a night, just quit. Yeah, I get it. He did all that work saving fuel.
Max, were you ever part of the Boy Scouts?
I was not.
I think I tried early on, and then I just because I was soapbox derby bullying, and then it was no.
So now here's the race as it stands. You got a couple of guys trying to make it no more stops. So here's where we're at. Tyler Justice is 22 seconds behind Schwartz. He will not pit again. Schwartz will pit one more time. And here's the other interesting thing. Tyler Justice isn't going to pit again. He's got 13 lap fresher tires than Schwartz, so he's going to close in. Schwartz will pit, end up behind him, and it'll be flip-flop. Schwartz will be the one on the fresh tires charging at the end of this race. Shorts, Lindsay, Heel, Mazzella, Davis, Tiller, Quisenberry, Goodwin all can't make it. Scarborough would have to save a miraculous amount of fuel to make it. McElroy can't make it. McGill can't make it. Dolly can't. Justice can. Ferguson can't. Scare probably can't. Tyler Freesh probably, no, he definitely cannot. Kyle Ritchie should be able to make it. Randy Arms should be able to make it. Ruprecht can't. Euler's a maybe. Eric Shields probably. Demien is a maybe. That's the field as it stands. Out of the race, Andrew Pennell. Corey Blevins not out, just having to deal with some rough weather. And our thoughts go out to him. Dustin Montgomery out of the race after getting a penalty on his final pit stop of the night, so he elected to just park it. He would have been essentially down in 26 anyways. It'll be interesting when Schwartz decides to pull the trigger. Josh Wheeler unlaps himself the hard way. Rain Ruprecht also has pressure tires, trying to unlap himself and challenge the 26 for 19th. So we love a good old strategy race. We don't know which one's going to come out on top just yet. Couple good battles still going on. Jonathan Mazzella being hunted by Michael Davis. Ryan Tiller being tracked by Landon Quisenberry. Scarborough being pursued by James Goodwin. You can't rule out the possibility of a late caution. You just never know.
Not with Jonathan Dolly on track.
That's disrespectful.
I know, I want Tunnel to say something. Because, I mean, Cade Ferguson's coming up on him.
Oh, boy. Oh, yeah, he is. Cade Ferguson's got 2-lap fresher tires. And I don't think Dolly will let this go easy, if I'm being honest.
See, what I said wasn't disrespectful. It's facts.
Catching both of them on his fresh tires. Wyatt Blair lap car the old way. Of note, just while we're on the subject of potential revenge and whatnot, what may have you, Joshua Lawton was suspended for this week's race after his incident last week with Glenn Murphy Jr. Over. So just something to keep in mind as we're about
to... Dolly!
It's off.
Dolly!
Man. That was so incredibly underwhelming. It's just... And then, yeah, that's awkward. I don't know if he was going to do something, but, I'm just saying.
I mean, when you've got the team owner in chat saying karma will be a bee, I think there's been some discussion. He has some ideas racking around in his brain. He got a little too antsy. He's like, I'm gonna put him in the wall so hard. I'm gonna get him good. Then he puts himself.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Tin.
A little goofy. How about we get a Zach Scare top 10 potentially? Joseph McGill right there. Good runs for those guys. Ryan Tiller trying to track down a podium. Quisenberry a top 5. Biggest mover we got. Can you believe this? 8th place is plus 17. 9th place is plus 17. 10th place is plus 17. Schwartz is in for his final stop of the night. And here we go. Tyler Justice working through 3 and 4.
It's going to be some Tyler Justice magic.
That almost got hairy. Good win. Oh, he missed it after all of that. That's so sad. Schwartz down and away. Tyler Justice working out of 4. And that is going to be a heck of a task for any driver to make up that amount of time. So I think the pendulum has swung all the way back to Tyler Justice just like that, because we have 26 laps to go. And he is 27 seconds behind. I don't think he's going to gain a second lap. I like him. I know he's fast. I don't think he's that fast. I don't think
He
anyone.
could definitely get close.
I don't think anyone's a second lap faster. Because Justice is having to save less fuel on this run than he did on the previous one. Let's go on board with him. He's still saving fuel, so he'll lose time with that. His tires are 12 laps older, so his lose times on that. Gap down to 26 seconds now, but now that it's 24 laps to go, he's got to gain even more than a second a lap. And I think Tyler Justice has nailed the strategy here tonight. Cal Ritchie looks to have nailed it as well. Same thing with Arms and Mueller. So how about that for a plot twist? Tyler Justice looking to go back to back. Randy Arms won the opening 2, then looks like it could be Tyler Justice's turn to go 2 in a row. All that being said, let's take a look at your championship standings real quick. And it's no shock that it's a tie from Tyler Justice and Randy Arms. Looking Schwartz right there as well. Kyle Ritchie picking up good points tonight so far, as is Tiller and Quisenberry.
Is there info that we don't know? You have Justice listed as independent, or is that through
Yeah, I forgot to change it in the championship standings. He is with One Up Motorsports with Lawton and David Montgomery.
I was gonna say, how we get him on our team? We don't have a team, but
got an update from Corey Blevins. I'm good. There was a confirmed tornado on the ground about 10 minutes for me, though, so that was nothing to play around with for sure. But glad to hear that he's okay. Hope those around him are okay as well.
yeah, don't need any more incidents. Like, we've already seen like actual devastation. Tornadoes out here getting crazy in 2024.
So the only other thing that Justice has to worry about is he's going to be one of the slowest men on the track compared to literally everybody else. He's going to have cars trying to lap themselves that he'll have to manage. Schwartz will get close. I mean, he'll probably catch Mueller and Arms maybe. He's not going to catch Tyler Justice. Gap's 23 seconds and 20 laps to go. I mean, that's still over a second a lap, and that is not the pace he's gaining at. He is gaining at half a second a lap, so he needs this run to go a little bit further. He needs this to be 150 laps or so. But he does have those 10 stage points in the bag as well, so can't be too disappointed how this race is progressing. Two guys on the same strategy, Tyler Justice and Kyle Ritchie, but it's a 7-second gap. So no contest there for the moment. Shorts continuing to close, 21 seconds with 18 laps to go. Need about 0.8 of a second on that lap. I mean, he's got Jared Lindsay 2 seconds behind him, but he can pretty much push as he wishes. And it's 13 seconds to Kyle Ritchie. About 0.9 of a second, so he would get up to second. Pick up his 4th top 5 in 4 races, but I don't know how much of a consolation that is when you haven't won one yet.
I mean, that would just be an insane strategy. Do all of that. You're like, it's got to be a lot. I'm doing so well. And then you're just like, oh, wait.
They saved field behind me. I had to pit twice. Last time on pit road, they just kept going. Gap is 20 seconds with 16 to go. And we know he can make it. I mean, he went 40 laps on the first run. He'll go 39 on this one, so.
Pace and Lindsay saying, I'm going 4 more laps. That car looks like it's seen better days.
Yeah, that thing. He kept digging, though. Never got that caution. Get back on the lead lap, and never was able to fix any of that damage. Qualified pretty well and was inside the top 10 early on, but just wasn't meant to be tonight, unfortunately. 3 cars out of the race: Dustin Montgomery, Corey Blevins, and Andrew Tenold. Schwartz up to 4th, 2.8 seconds up the road is Randy Arms, so he'll at least be on the podium easily. I think he is tracking. Still on pace for second after the lead. Really can't be too upset with a third, at worst a third with a stage win. That's solid points height for sure.
I mean, yeah, but it's not a win.
It's not. I'm curious to see his thoughts at the end of this thing. Looks like we have 11 cars on the lead lap. $13 laps to go. The battle back through this field. Josh Mueller, Freese, Mueller on the fresh tires. Trying to close up on some spots late. Same thing with Zach Scare. He's got fresh tires, trying to pick up a couple of spots late. All the while, Matthew Hill and Mazzella going at it. It'll be the battle for 7th. Michael Davis just up the road there at 6th. Schwartz all the way up to 3rd now. He's got 8 seconds to Kyle Ritchie. With 12 laps to go, so he actually is starting to run out of time to even get back up to 2nd. Made up 10 seconds from when he started. So just a little bit under a second a lap, a little bit short of what he needed. It's probably about an average of 7 tenths a lap he's gained. He is making up time, but will run out of laps, unfortunately.
There's actually a good amount of damage on the right side of Tyler Justice's 6 machine.
So really?
I mean, I see it, but
Yeah, he scraped the wall a couple times. The 6 still saving fuel. He's got 7.6 seconds back to Kyle Ritchie. Yeah, he scraped the wall a couple of times. But, still going strong. Zella. Gill going at it. That's the battle for 7th. Michael Davis getting pulled back into this as well in the closing stages. Inside of 10 laps to go now. Contact as they head off into turn number 3. And 53 will take that spot away. Probably wants to pull away now, but he's going to have Michael Davis just up the road. And Heel's got 4 lap fresher tires than Davis, so I think he could close up. Schwartz 6 seconds behind Kyle Ritchie. 8/10 quicker last lap. That would have him there. 2 laps. Coming to 1 to go, essentially. And Zach Scare continuing to pick up spots here late with his fresh tires. Cade Ferguson and Jonathan Dolly. Let's see what happens here on this 3rd attempt. Ferguson, again, 2 lap fresher tires than Dolly. We'll stick with this battle.
Cranking up redemption, but we're probably going to wait.
We're going to just see how this plays out. It could hold everything, It could hold everything, folks.
There might have been some communication because it looks like Cade's playing it safe.
I wonder if he knows. It's the battle for 16th. 6 laps to go. It does look like it's kind of cooled off a little bit. This is the battle for the last spot in the top 10. Quisenberry's got the fresher tires. He is clear. Looking to pick up his 2nd top 10.
Ooh, Cade in the outside wall, Dolly in the outside wall.
Let's see here. Matthew Hill has caught up to Michael Davis. Jared Lindsay has caught Randy Arms with his fresh tires. And Schwartz is now out of range of catching even Kyle Ritchie. His tires are starting to fall off a little
Dolly.
bit.
Okay, Dolly.
Oh, yellow is out. And that's kind of what we thought would happen. So hold everything, folks. He'll most likely be getting some sort of probably the same penalty that Murata got. Blown engine for the 28. His night is done. Just went up and got him. Obviously frustrated with that incident from earlier. And if you got tires left, now would be the time to use them. If anyone has any sets left, I don't think they do though. Yeah, it's not great.
How you say that's not good when you were in chat earlier? Like, yeah, Karma's gonna be a beat.
So
I'll talk to your driver.
Driver of the 74, the team owner to the hauler post race. So actually, Justice will have a set because they were trying to save so much fuel. As will, yeah. So yeah, Schwartz does not have a set left. Man. So Schwartz finally has a track position on a green-white checkered, but they don't have the tires. You take 2 here, maybe? You got... Look how far back these guys are. They're not even gonna... You're gonna have, like, 2 guys... Wow. This is gonna be a bloodbath. Does anyone take 2? Let's see.
I think you'd have to be really desperate to take 2.
Nobody took 2. 4 tires all the way around. There goes Tyler Justice. Then Ritchie, then Arms. Heel. And it's only 2 guys that stayed out. Man. Green-white checkered for the first time, I think, ever since we've started broadcasting.
Oh, yeah.
I think, literally, this is the first time ever.
I think they might have done it on a super speedway. Might have. But...
yeah. Green-white checkered.
It definitely feels like a first for, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it'll come around here. It'll be, yeah, 124. Lights won't be off on the pace car because the lap cars are coming in. So yeah, this will be first attempt of 2. And it's 2 guys about to face the music. Jonathan Shorts and Tony Scarbo. With, I believe that is Zach Scare, Joseph McGill, and one other. Payson Lindsay going to take a wave around. And we should get the one to go this time. And green, white, checkered 1 of 2. It will not be a natural attempt. We did go into the first attempt with 12 on the lead lap. Or no, it'd be 13, 14. Yeah, 14 on the lead lap. This is going to be something else down the stretch here. Kansas. There's just something about Kansas.
Something about it.
So we saw McElroy was able to hang on earlier for about half a lap on his 20-lap older tires.
He made it. Like, he would have been third on the first lap.
Right. But you got to figure out a way to somehow get 2 laps out of this if you're the top 2. The problem that Schwartz has, too, is that arguably one of the quickest cars on the track outside of himself is right behind him, so he's going to launch with him. So he's hoping, Schwartz is hoping that him and Kyle Ritchie just get to tussling, or that Randy and he'll get a blinding restart and they somehow go 4 wide. Scarbo's right there as well. We'll see how he plays a factor if he gets in the way of any of these cars on fresher tires. But I'm nervous, man. I don't know what's about to happen.
I have an idea. I mean, it's going to be my driver in the 6 machine, taking it 3 wide, taking his lead back, and winning the race.
All right, the pace car's off. We're about to find out. 14 cars in the lead lap. First attempt at a green-white checkered LSRL overtime. And Scarbo spun the tires up high out of the way. And here we go. Everyone's trying to chase. Can somebody get to the outside of that 6?
Randy's there. He's on the outside, but Schwartz is going to go up like the high side.
This is going to be a mess. This is going to be a mess. And there it goes. They all wreck. Jared Lindsay takes the lead. Huge crash behind him. I knew it. I mean,
they weren't giving an inch.
Oh, man. There's going to be some upset drivers with that one. Ryan Tiller toes, Kyler Freesh toes, Arms toes, Murata blown engine. Yeah, I mean, that was about as... I mean, you knew it was coming once they were 4 wide down the back straightaway. Here we go. Let's take another look. Let's just play the restart here. 5 wide almost, going off into turn number 1. Jared Lindsay pressuring Justice, so Justice has to defend. A little bit loose there. That allows Randy to get to the outside. Lindsay's already there, so he's going to go low. Contact made. They all wash up the hill. And then from there, it's completely on. Let's take another look here. It almost looks like Randy was hoping that he'd get that run and split him. And just the slightest little bit of contact was made. Going off into 3. Justice comes back. Randy gets shipped up the hill. And here we go. Shorts an innocent bystander. And there was an incident Tiller a little bit further back. Just washing up a little bit into Matthew Heel. Gets him turned down in front of the rest of the field. And then the 6 coming down the hill. Rada nowhere to go. 74 gets tagged. Scarabo involved. That was a mess.
There's actually a lot that happened even behind that. There were some checkups, some cars not able to get slowed down as others, or as much as others. Ooh, we've had a chat disabled.
Ooh, boy. It's the first time for everything.
Demian took me out.
Did he?
Did he?
See nothing here.
It was well after the caution.
Well after the caution.
Alright, so we can get to speeding it up.
Yeah. What? What was that? No! What? What was that? I beg your pardon? What? Oh. Like, I don't understand. Is he just like...
Does he not know you're there? Like...
What? I mean, it doesn't... I mean, his car's broke a little bit. Like, he's got a lot of damage, but it doesn't look like it's like... I don't know. The steering should be fine. What, Garrett... I'm gonna call... You're not even Wyatt. You're just Garrett. Yours was horrible. Like, what happens here? What? In the world. Alright, after all of that, it's time for the final attempt. Got 13 cars on the lead lap. My goodness. Jared Lindsay could be gifted a win here.
Hey, Tyler Justice still has this.
I mean, he's got... The first man on fresh tires is actually, besides... Yeah,
wait, hold on. How about
Lindsay.
McElroy?
McElroy 123. Yeah, Scarabo still doesn't have any tires and heavily damaged. But can anyone else take it away from Jared Lindsay? I don't think so. I think he's the best car left standing. We'll see, though. Final attempt. You see it there? 2-2. If they wreck before they get back to the white, that's
it.
it.
Kansas car.
Here we go. Pace car's off. Final restart of the night. Jared Lindsay. Enters the Geico restart zone. We're underway. Got a great launch. It's going to be hard for anyone else to challenge, at least temporarily.
Scarabo not going anywhere. We got cars
and
around.
that's going to be it. That's going to be it.
It's still green?
Still green, I guess. I don't know how. Kevin Harving did it 2015 Talladega, but here comes Kyle Ritchie. Hopefully they can get it cleared before they come back around. Got about 5 cars left, but it is Jared Lindsay. 2 car lengths clear. Challenge for second. That's all Lindsay needs to see. White flag race is now official. Ritchie with a big send, does close, slides up right in front of that 57. 57 not doing him any favors. Into the final corner, still side by side for second. That's curtains. Jared Lindsay takes advantage of the chaos at the end, picks up the win in his first start of the season. Davis takes second, Ritchie third.
What a move by the 57 there. I really thought, I mean, they would have had a chance to potentially go and win it if he just gets onto the back of Richie and pushing him down the backstretch. But hey, taking a P2 is a P2.
And he set the fastest lap of the race on the last lap, by the way. But yeah, see right here, 76 going for broke. I mean, that's literally inch perfect, by the way. Like, they were both just saying, no, none of us are going to lift. And we'll just see what happens. And up into 3, that 57 just says, here we go, on the throttle. 76 on the throttle. Coming down the line. What the heck happened on that restart, though? I believe he said it was Scarbo on his old tires. Unfortunately, not getting the best start. Let's take a look at what happened here. Yeah, no bumper at all. No spoiler hardly even.
I can't believe there wasn't a caution.
And it looks like Tyler Justice gets into the back of McGill. I think. Just misjudges it a little bit. Sends McGill into Wyatt Blair. How this wasn't a caution, I will literally never understand. That should have been the race right there. And Dolly not able to check up into the double low. I guess it was. I mean, I guess he kept going straight. I do not know what happened. Why that was a caution. But the restart is what won Lindsay the race. Let's take a look at the start. Yeah. And no one's able to get on his right rear corner panel as they go into 1. And he is all alone. So that ends up being the move of the race. Alrighty, so now that we've settled all this chaos, let's go
All
ahead.
of them are in, well,
Here with your race winner in probably looking at it with 5 laps to go in this race, but somehow, some way, Jared Lindsay in his first start of the season takes home the win here tonight at Kansas. How the heck did you come out on top tonight, Jared?
Honestly, I have no clue what just happened. I mean, honestly, I knew on the restart, I thought I was going to honestly have a really tough time. I didn't have any raw speed tonight. I didn't really know where it was. So I just said I was going to commit to the bottom. I knew who had tires and who didn't. So the second we hit the checkered line, I mean, obviously I hung a hard left and put everyone in a really bad spot. And just said, I mean, we're going to just see how it works. And then I got to, I think it was Tyler Justice's bumper and got him just a little loose, just enough to where he walked it out. And when he did, I got the run. Mike Davis gave me a push. And thankfully, he didn't try to pass me because that probably would have been the win. And then the caution comes out and I'm spazzing out because I don't even know how I went from 7th to 1st. And then my Mazzella and Schwartz had to, within like 30 seconds, coach me how to make a single fast lap. And that's ultimately what helped me hold on to it.
Yeah, absolutely a wild conclusion. I think that was the first time we've ever done a green-white checkered. So, yeah, it was just a wild one tonight. Kansas, in real life, is an instant classic. Same thing here tonight. And you walk away victorious. So, congratulations. And we'll let you get any shout-outs in if you have any.
Yeah, just a side note, that's the first time I've ever won at Kansas. I think I've done second like 2 or 3 times, a bunch of 3rd and 4th place finishes. So I'm just glad that one's off the list. But I want to shout out my teammates because honest to God, I didn't my first lap was the half a lap I got in qualifying. So I'm super rusty, but those guys really helped me get up and going. And thanks to Randy and everybody and Ryan for holding on to my numbers so I can come back when I'm able. And just everybody that raced tonight, it's cool to see guys like Tyler Justice from an old league come back, and Dustin Montgomery. I mean, there's a lot of talent running in this league. It's hands down probably twice as competitive as when I was at the peak of my game, like a year, whatever changed ago that was. It's more competitive now, so it's cool to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, congratulations again. It's hard to win in this league for sure, and yeah, many congratulations on keeping your head calm, cool, and collected, and being there when the smoke clears. Take them how you can get them. Absolutely.
Yep, and thanks to you guys again, and hopefully Dale's doing good. I hope.
Yeah, doing real good. Almost 11 months old now. Hard to believe. So,
Dude, oh my gosh.
he's doing pretty good. So
Cool,
couldn't
man.
be happier. But congratulations again, and hope to see you come make more of these races.
Yeah, hopefully in July, man. That's when things calm down in school. So hopefully I'll see you guys back in
All
July.
right, sounds good, man. Well, you made the most of your one start so far for sure. So congratulations again.
Later.
Yeah. Here with your runner-up tonight, Michael Davis. Something about the first time season starts for you guys. Obviously, with Lindsay winning the race and you making your season debut here tonight, coming up runner-up. So yeah, looking like you getting started off on the right foot finally once you got going.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Probably be my last race for a little while. The only reason I got to race tonight is because my son's baseball game got rained out, so that's why I haven't been here. But anxious to come back whenever his season's over in June. But yeah, definitely a fun race tonight. Congrats to Jared. Just a ton of fun. Such a fun race.
And Kansas delivers in real life, obviously, and usually delivers every time we come here night racing. And tonight, no different. Looked like you had good speed all night long and running up inside the top 5, top 10 for pretty much the entire night.
Yeah, I was got out to the lead early and led some laps, and then got into the wall a little bit and fell back and was going to try and do some fuel saving, and this strategy wasn't going to work out, but I was making my way back up there, and then had the extra set of tires, so went ahead and took 4. Thought that might be the right call, and things just worked out on the restart there, and I knew I wasn't going to be in a good position on that final restart. I was hoping that I could get to the top of 1 before Jared got there, but the bottom was the way to go on that restart. And so that didn't work out, but had a good race with Kyle Ritchie. A lot of thanks for him racing me clean. He could have easily put me in the wall, but we didn't make contact, and we raced it out like grown men should.
Absolutely made for an exciting finish for sure, and many congratulations for you and your runner-up finish. And we'll let you get any shout-outs in if you have any.
Yeah, thanks to you guys for the broadcast as always. Thanks for all the admins for keeping the league going, everything that they do, and shout out to Cucinella's Pizzeria in Florida for sponsoring the race. If you're ever in Florida, stop by and get a calzone.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations again, and I hope to see you back here shortly, as soon as you can.
All right, thank you.
And here with your third place finisher, it is yet again another Kyle Ritchie podium. Started on pole tonight and had really, really good speed. What the heck were you seeing out there with the strategy, fuel and trying to one stop it or not, and then, the last couple restarts?
Well, I saw that we were like 40-ish laps we can run on a tank of fuel, and we only had 80 something laps to go. So I'm gonna try to save it because tire wear really wasn't all that bad. It's like a second throughout a whole run. I'm like, if I save that, I think we're in a good spot. And me and Tyler were in a great spot, and then they wrecked for 90th, and Tyler got screwed out of a win.
Yeah, it looks like it was gonna be him and you 1-2. He ends up 7th. You get 3rd, so you didn't really lose too much out of it, but definitely did alter the finish there. But looks like you guys had the strategy nailed on there, able to save 40 laps each on a run.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking going into that restart. All I knew is I needed Tony, I think it was, in second to get a good restart, and that was unfortunately not what happened.
That did
And I
not, in fact, happen.
almost got a black flag because of that, but we didn't. So we were good, and then went down back straight away, and they all died, and I barely avoided it. And then we finished 3rd. That's what happened.
Yeah, so I say it to everyone that does this: you keep putting yourself in these positions, you keep knocking around there at the end, and eventually you'll break through and end up in victory lane at some point in time.
Yeah, I don't know what tracks we got coming up, but I love driving the Xfinity car. I think I'm having more fun driving this than I am the Cup car right now, which is shocking, but We're having fun.
It works like that in real life too, so not that much of a surprise. But
Yeah, they say the Xfinity car is the best stock car.
yeah,
I tend to agree with that.
yeah. But congratulations again on another solid finish, and we'll get any shout-outs in if you have any.
Well, I can't shout out TTSL because no one wants to race with me. So I'll shout you guys out. I can't shout out Art though because he likes Arsenal. That's not happening.
Brutal.
Okay, choke artist.
Wild.
Wow.
Yeah. But appreciate the kind words as always. Congratulations, and we'll see you back here next week.
Thank you guys. See you next week.
All right, get on my boot.
Toxic. And we'll go on down the list. So,
Hey, we're at top of the league right now. Gunners till I die.
okay. Here with your 8th place finisher, Josh Mueller, was really working the strategy tonight, able to take advantage of some chaos there at the end. Ends up plus 13 and picks up your second top 10 in 4 races.
Yeah, it was a good night. It was a fun night. I really wish I could get some practice during the week. I actually logged on about 2 minutes before qualifying ended, ran a couple quick laps, and those are my first laps before the race started since we tried this last week.
Well, it definitely looks like you got quicker as the race went on, got a little bit more comfortable, and able to keep the car clean for the most part when all that chaos was happening towards the end of the race.
Yeah, believe it or not, through all that, I finished with a 0x, so I'm pretty proud of that.
Yeah, absolutely, but not a bad night. 0x bonus points for that. Gained 13 spots, so all in all, a good night for you.
Yeah, I'll tell you, just like I said last week, these guys are a blast to run with. A lot of them are hard chargers, but they're super respectful and will give you different lanes if you're looking there. Likewise, that's how I do it as well. So looking forward to having a great rest of the season. And before Watkins Glen, I think, is next week, I'm definitely going to get some time on here because road courses are not my cup of tea.
You're not the only one that'll say that, so we'll definitely be in for an interesting one next week, and look forward to seeing you there.
Sounds good, Dan. We appreciate what you guys are doing on that broadcast. You do a fantastic job.
Well, again, appreciate the kind words, and we'll see you next week.
Sounds great. Thanks.
Here with Landon Quisenberry, picks up his second top 10, and tonight...
Hang on, guys.
I forgot Kate added his thing to join on that.
I'm so sorry.
It's like, wait, what in the world's happening? That's
did not realize you were doing
that. Is so funny. We got to incorporate more soundboard into our broadcast anyway, so I'm all for it. But Quisenberry running the Kansas car at Kansas and had some great speed all night. Ends up P4.
About time. I'm really ecstatic. My legs were literally like shaking on the pedals with adrenaline before the restart.
Yeah.
Just because it's been so long since I've been that close, and I was really fast all night. Great word of advice I got from someone way better than me was, if you're ever going to run at a track where everyone's on one lane, like here on the top, be better on the bottom. And I think I used that to my advantage tonight. And I think I got lucky with circumstances with a lot of good cars getting taken out. But everyone that was left up there, I've always raced around, and they're so clean and they're so fun to race with. So just happy to bring it home in one piece. And lucky to even be here. I was told Kate about this. I literally went out to get food before the race, and like maybe an hour before practice even started, and my right front blew. So I had to change into a spare to get back. That's why I showed up and only had 15 minutes of practice, and I wouldn't have made it back if it wasn't for this guy named Matt that saw me trying to jack up my car to get the tire on, and he helped me give me some pointers to help get the spare on and get me here. So I'm thankful for him. I don't know if my girlfriend's watching yet. I told her to go tune into the stream. Love you. But yeah, I'm just really happy with the result. It feels good to actually like get one when I've been fast. Especially after last week. Last week was one for the ages in a bad way, but I'm just really happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic result, and looks like he was watching. All right, so Cade, you had an interesting race here at the end. I'll start with the comment though. We'll go right into it. Burning question: Cade Ferguson and Jonathan Dolly just became best friends, literally in the Discord. Give me your recap on what happened, and I saw you down there talking. So what were you talking about?
Oh, we were just looking over the incidents, but it was just over aggressive racing on both parts, just not giving each other room. Cause, at first it didn't, like I told him, I was like, it did not look good from my point of view. You know, he just kind of he told me he's like, hey, I meant to run you in to the wall because earlier in the race I ran him over a little bit, thinking that he was closer to the wall than what he actually was. So he was just he was gonna be on my door and he was just racing me aggressive, and unfortunately we got into each other. But I mean that race was fun. I had a blast. I definitely made some mistakes like coming to pit road. The first round of green flag pit stops, but I was just having fun out there. I mean, it sucks that I didn't get to finish the race, but you know, when we're that fast, then you know, next time we get some track position, maybe we can do something with it. But yeah, no, yeah, we were just laughing with each other, just being like, yeah, it is what it is, and I'm really happy that he reached out too.
Well, yeah, good. Glad that you're able to talk it out like, responsible adults, because it is a long season. You'll probably see more of each other. So, probably good to bury the hatchet a little bit if you can. So, I can appreciate accountability on both sides. We love that here at YJ Media for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I ended up making for an interesting race, and looking forward to our first road course of the season next week.
Oh, I can't wait. Maybe I'll send him to the bus stop for you guys.
I just saw Murata just joined. Murata, you got anything to say?
No, it was a terrible night. Other than that, I think I spent more time in the pits than I did on the track. But
or in race chat.
Yeah. Anyways, obviously, good night for LSRL. Hard racing. We like that. Guys, talk it out. Like responsible adults, but if admins need to intervene, we will. But we prefer it the old-fashioned way of two people just getting together, communicating. So, good job on Jonathan and Cade's part there for just getting together. But yeah, I'm glad that night's over for me.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you get to sit back and watch a little bit of it, because it was one of the better races so far this season. So hopefully you get to at least get something out of it. But
yeah, we'll definitely review the race tomorrow. While we're working, we'll have that up on the TV above the.
Don't worry, I put on a show, son. I got you.
It was a good one for sure. But looking forward to Watkins Glen next week, and we'll see y'all there.
Sounds
we're going
Thanks, guys.
mode.
I have it.
Hello.
Hello.
Here with the Speed Zone conglomerate. Tony Scarbo with the most hard-fought 11th place I've possibly ever seen.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't realize I had as much damage as I did there at the end, and stepped on the gas, and it just didn't go. But yeah, I was telling them that was the most fun I've had in a long time. I felt the most competitive. So, oh well, nothing to show for it, but 11 is at least some points.
Yeah. And we'll go to Schwartz, who dominated the midway point of this race. What was your mindset on? Did you think you could save enough, or obviously you were the one doing the two pit stops to the end, split it in half. But what was your mindset from the stage restart to making that strategy call?
Me and Jared were kind of just discussing the runs, and I felt like you'd give up a ton of time by just trying to do a one-stop race to the end. Obviously, I think Tyler and them got it figured out. I don't think I was going to catch them, but we thought the pace of the racetrack being colder and the track temps being cooler, you're just running too fast. You'd be giving up too much time to save all that gas. But it didn't work out either way. I got stuck with no tires on the last stop with the green light checkered anyway, and I got taken out in that crash. So salvaged the top 10, and made up for it with a stage win.
Absolutely. So you had those 10 points to fall back on. So not a terrible night. It was quick all night, so you can definitely take that. You got 3 top 5s in the first 3 races, and then a top 10 in the 4th race. So still incredible consistency so far. Mazzella, you sponsored tonight's race. Got your money's worth for sure. Great race overall, and you got some decent airtime out of it because you were quick all night as well.
Yeah, I had that unfortunate incident early. Actually, that's my first incident of the season. That little 3-wide boo-boo we had, but yeah, we managed to get lucky at the end there and pulled out a top 5. So we had over a minute and 9 seconds of damage at one point. So I guess can't be too mad about that.
Yeah, and after all that, ended up 5th, and then On the other side of the luck spectrum would be Randy Arms. Didn't even get out of first gear at the start of this race. Had to drop to the back with the blinking. I did not keep track like I did last night, but it was on and off all night, and then obviously kind of getting there towards the end, and then getting caught up in that mess on the green white checkers.
Yeah, the internet was obviously an issue tonight. Kind of rode around the back, and I think it kind of cleared up. I didn't hear anybody complaining there at the end, and ended up trying the one-stop strategy. And I think it was going to come out with a pretty decent finish, and had the yellow, and was still thinking we could get a pretty decent finish, and just some pushing there, or say going down the back, and just kind of got shoved into a hole that I didn't need to be in, and we just kind of all met in the middle, and unfortunately took out a bunch of cars. So I guess ended up probably about where I would have if my internet stayed or say messing up. So I guess it just is what it is.
Yeah, definitely. But looks like you got to when the internet was working, it looks like you had the strategy nailed on, and was probably on pace for a top 5. But really good start to the season regardless. So still a long season left. Take it and move on to Watkins Glen next week.
Yeah, hopefully we can get the internet or say straightened out, and we can actually get to racing next week.
Absolutely. Well, hopefully that'll be the case, and we'll see you all at Watkins Glen next Tuesday.
Yep, thank you.
Yep.
Hey, thank you.
Run it too. They got different rules.
Yeah.
I'm up out.
You already had an interview, Quisenberry.
Yeah,
Stop double dipping.
I had to banter with them a little bit. They were funny.
Yes, they're good people. We'll start out with Joseph McGill led the team home in 12th. Had some good strategy calls, and then unfortunately just kind of getting caught up there on the green-white checkered. But before that, you had put yourself in a good spot for probably really good top 10 finish tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that after a few weeks of not being able to come out of a race with a finish, I was able to at least finish this one. And it would have been nice to get top 10, but the whole fuel thing, and at least I was farther enough ahead to at least get 12th out of it. So I'm pretty satisfied with the finish on that. Thanks, James, for the push.
No problem, man. I had to push him to the finish since he ran out.
All right.
That's what teammates are for.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what you got to have a teammate. Then James Goodwin, you were the man of the first stage there, looking like you were going to get maybe a podium out of it, but you were one of the first to take tires on that lap 8 caution, or that was lap 6 caution. You came in on lap 8. And just that 6-7 lap difference on tires, you went from 20th all the way up to about 4th or 5th. And looking to settle in for some great stage points, and then obviously the strategy shifts again. But definitely a really fun first stage from your point of view.
Oh, it was a blast, but I can't win when it comes to strategy. I'm used to LSRL having no cautions, so now I finally adjusted to that this season, and I'm like, oh well, we have this early caution. I'm gonna get the tires. We're definitely gonna wait until we're not gonna have anything else before the stage.
Right.
And like you said, I was looking. I felt comfortable that I was gonna have at least top 5 on the stage points. And then that second caution came out and kind of screwed that. I didn't want to go use up another set, so I just
can't take 2 sets before lap 40. But you definitely, it was an uncharacteristic 2 cautions in the first 40 laps, but made for an interesting one. And you were still hanging tough. I mean, and you ended up I think 11th, so it's not like you dropped by the wayside. But you're hanging tough with those guys.
I felt good, and even the whole race I felt great. And then that last green flag caution, I'm never gonna forgive myself for it, but slid just past the cone and got a 40-second hold.
Yes, you did. I saw.
Like, are you
kidding? We did capture it in all its infamous glory.
I'm so glad.
Yeah,
Thanks.
we're like, he's coming in.
I hope you replayed it.
Oh, yeah. We didn't replay it, but we did catch it live. He was like, he missed it.
Yeah, I was set up for it, and then I think Jared Lindsay had just come out on fresh tires, so he kind of got down on my inside, and I nothing against him. He had way faster tires. Like, all right, I'll get behind him, but it messed my angle up, and I couldn't adjust to it. So could not get the car slowed down after that.
Yeah, but definitely had some good speed and strategy. I know it didn't work with you in the first stage, but it ended up, it's going to look like an all right night for you. So definitely had some good speed tonight before that pit road incident.
Yeah, I feel good. So hopefully for weeks to come, I can piece everything together here sooner or later. Maybe finish a few top 10s.
There you go. That's what got you in the playoffs last season, so still plenty of time to right the ship, and you already have one top 10 in the first 4 races, so just need a little bit more.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, fellas. Well, always a pleasure. We'll see you next week at Watkins Glen.
Hey,
Yep,
thanks.
thanks.
Yep. Here with the TPR boys, probably a night that you would want back. Had some good speed, and unable to capitalize on it tonight.
Yeah, we're rebranding to Death Row Racing because we just happen to kill everybody. Yeah, I don't know. Kansas we're so fast here. It's a great track, but we just can't capitalize on it.
Yeah, and at least on Dolly's point of view, I'm just glad that you and Kate Ferguson were able to talk it out, mano y mano, and take some accountability. So that's good to see at the end of the day.
Yeah, there was a whole lot that happened that race. I felt really great the whole race up to the beginning there. I even got to 7th, I think, at a point. And then once I finally fell back to him, I don't know what happened or what was going on, but I mean, yeah, we had so much. We had contact on the front stretch, lap 71, and then the second hit on lap 71 where I got from the wall, lost 4 positions. But I'm really happy that we had a great conversation after the fact about it, and we're able to move past it because I was like so worried that like, oh, he's gonna come after me at the Glen. That's like the worst place to go after someone.
You know who had like the biggest reason to come after somebody, and I'm so glad he didn't. Well, Landon Quinsbury. I still have. I think I just butchered his name, but the 75. I am still very thankful that he hasn't come headhunting for me. I am still so sorry about what happened at Dover. Landon, if you're still listening to the broadcast, I'm still sorry, man. I really am.
But yeah, so we'll move on. Kansas was a good race, anyways. Everyone delivered.
Yeah.
We'll head on to your favorite next week. We'll head into a road course. I know you guys are looking forward to that.
Dolly, you want to sit out next week? Dolly, you want to sit out next week?
No. I mean, because the Glen's the only road course I like. So.
Oh boy. Well.
I hate turning right. I hate it so much.
Well, it's the only time you got to do it. I think I could be wrong. But,
is that all season? I hope it's all season.
Let's see here: Watkins Glen, Bristol, Charlotte, Atlanta, Phoenix, Michigan, Chicagoland, Pocono, Martinsville, Dega, Homestead. Yeah, it's the only time. So got to get your league mandated right turns. So you'll be fine.
Yeah,
you'll survive.
I hate road course racing with a passion. I really do. I hate it so much.
Well,
you got Bristol afterwards, and we've done pretty good there. I've done pretty good. I don't know about you.
No.
You tend to reckon we got to go there.
I've been trying to do really good on road course racing lately, so I think next week you will see somewhat of a turnaround. I mean, the next gen car is pretty hard to drive on road courses as it is, but the Xfinity car actually like drives like a stock car, so we'll see.
Absolutely. Well, always a pleasure, fellas, and we'll see you next week.
For sure. Man, we'll see you next Monday.
The one y'all look forward to because I won there last time I raced there. So.
Ooh, that's true. All right. Interestingly enough, we entered tonight tied on points, and we leave tonight tied on points. So no separation at the top of the table between Jonathan Schwartz and Tyler Justice. But your final thoughts on a wild one here tonight?
I mean, I was really hoping for, like, my pick to win the race, had a good fuel strategy, like, man was on it. And then he wasn't because of
a penny for his thoughts. Because I mean, we're sitting here and say, "Oh yeah, we the end of the race, crazy. Jared Lindsay wins, steals one." But we were caught up in that wreck on the first green white checker. But it's like Tyler Justice was like 4 laps away from just literally no competition win. Like just had to do 4 laps remaining, I think. So yeah.
Yeah.
But 12 cars on the lead lap here tonight. You can see the race of attrition further down. All the way to Andrew Tenold. So, yeah. There's a wild one here tonight at Kansas. Next week, we're at Watkins Glen next Tuesday night. This Friday, though, we're doing Gen 6s at Daytona for Friday Night Rod Car. And then next Monday night, Xfinity Racing Series, second to last race of their playoffs. Head to the Indy Oval. So got a lot of good stuff coming up. Be sure to tune in, and see you on Friday night. Y'all take care.